Okay, hey everyone. Our trade of the week's going to be different this week because it was really quite exciting. I originally made a different trade of the week video, and I'm going to incorporate that video into this video. So there's actually two trades of the week this week because the WASD report on Friday, we had a very, very big winner. Excuse me. I know a lot of people did not want to trade because WASD has not been performing well, but to me, it's still a trade of the week no matter what. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to look at Eric's trade. Eric traded soybeans. Soybeans, actually last month, I believe they traded better on WASD. So he used targets of 8, 16, and 24, a stop of 15, and he used the DMM bracket, which was 8. Okay? And here's what happened in his trade. Soybeans had a very, very nice move. Now watch carefully because what's interesting about soybeans is they almost stopped him out. First, it almost entered him on the wrong side. In other words, that's his price action. That's his order. It came 2 ticks away from his order, maybe one. And then it just exploded down and hit all the targets. An excellent, excellent trade. $825 exact profit. 825. A wonderful trade. But look and see what happened here. It almost filled him on the wrong side. And then soybeans almost went the opposite way and stopped him out. But it burst down, hit all the targets in a matter of a second. So it was an excellent, excellent winning trade on soybeans. My trade, a little bit more challenging. So I'm trading corn on soybeans. I was using very similar targets to what Eric was using, 7 and 15 and like 26, somewhere in that area. And I had increased the bracket size because of market pre-volatility. Corn had been up over $9, 9 points. So I felt that the bracket should be increased to 8, and that meant that my stop would increase also to 14. So I had a bigger stop than normal. And the trade was a little bit scary because it filled me immediately. And very often in event-based trades, you get that quick fill and then it reverses and stops you out. And it almost did that. And it made me very uncomfortable. It failed to fill my target when it looked like it touched it. And then you can see the price stopped and went back and started heading towards my stop. Watch again. So watch. It fills me short just barely. Okay. And then it goes down, and you could say, maybe my bigger bracket made me more nervous in this case, but I still have to do what I think is right. It pushed back up. It then hits my target, and I brought my stop down. You could say I probably did it in my usual rush. That's what I do. I just rush too often. It's something I'll work on for the rest of my life. And then I moved my targets up to take a decent profit. And then it kept moving, and I could have had even more profit. But I made 275, it looks like. Eric made 825. So we had an awesome profit over $1,000. So WASD clearly the trade of the week this week. But I'm going to add to this video, if it works, you'll see another trade of the week, the FOMC minutes, and a very good lesson. So I'm going to try to add that to this video. If I can't, then there will be 2 videos in the trade of the week video. So let me try and do that. Okay, so it turns out I can't add that video, but I want to just teach the lesson that I was discussing in the original trade of the week video I made, which was FOMC minutes. On the FOMC minutes, we have a new range trade, and we've been testing it back to November. It worked in November, and it worked last month when the FOMC released their minutes. It didn't work this week. Our stop was too small. We create a range. It's a slow range to get into, and you'll see it lasts over a minute. And what happened was it filled me. It hits the first target, but our stop wasn't big enough, and it stopped me out on a pullback right there, that pullback. Then the market kept moving up, and I decided part of my plan on the FOMC minutes was multiple trades. I knew I was going to trade again after the news because there was so much attention being paid to this report. I knew that there would be more trades. I took a secondary long trade. I had lost $510 on my first trade, My second long, I get filled, and I did a tremendous amount of trailing. By the time the trade was over, I had made back all the money I lost, $510 plus another $230. It was a $740 trade. FOMC minutes, my second trade. There it is. And I'm out. I now have a profit of 230. I went from negative 510. My range trade didn't work. Unfortunately, very disappointing. But our secondary trade, I traded after the news. Big winner, $740. I knew, however, the biggest trade of the FOMC minutes and the lesson is I took another trade to the downside. And I was using the tick strike indicator to help me get in, because now we're not an exact moment in time that we're trading. I'm looking for a trend, and we're seeing a trend down. And something very important happened also. The low of the day appears on the chart. I knew that we had a absolute magnet trade to the short side. The NQ had been down over 200 points, even though it was up on the FOMC minute first two trades. I would have bet my life that we'd get another test of that low all the way down to that red line. So what I did was the market started heading down, and I took a scalp trade, which I have to laugh because it was silly. And I'll tell you why, what the lesson is, and the reason I wanted to show this as a second trade of the week. So I was up 230. I took a scalp right there. Quick little short scalp trade. I'm now up 410 on all my trading for FOMC minutes, but I told the room about 10 times, not once, 10 times, that we had a move to the short side, almost a gift from the market. Enter short up here. The lesson is this: I let my fear scare me out of taking that next trade, or I really let my fear stop me from taking the trade all the way up here. Instead of being up 410 on the FOMC, I could have easily been up 1410. Watch, it's going to go test that low. Like we said, we were in the room. There's the test. Bingo. Don't let your fear overpower your analysis and your trading. So many times when the market's going to do what you've analyzed it to do, and so many times you are right. Take the trade, take the risk, be a winner. Don't let your fear take you over. Trade of the week, WASD, over $1,000, 10-minute trade profit. FOMC, disappointing on the main trade. Most people, unfortunately, didn't make money. But if you trade those secondary trades now, there's a lot of opportunity going forward to make that money back. We're working on that in the room, so make sure you find your way into our trade room. I'll see everybody next week. I hope you learned something from this video. Take care. See you soon.